What is up, lit people? I'm Anthian, and welcome back to another Loomian Legacy video. Guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about Anthian City, aka the new Anthian City that's going to be in Loomian Legacy. So guys, we were first introduced to Anthian City by Mabel. So Mabel pretty much said in the dialogue, she said the following: "We aren't too far from Anthian City." And basically, in Anthian City, Lucas and Lucy's aunt lives there, similar to Tess's uncle who lived in Anthian City. But anyways guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about what could have happened to Anthian City, or well, Anthian City. And guys, right off the bat, I got y'all some really good theories that I know what maybe could have happened. And I'm pretty sure that this theory has been thought by many of you guys before, but I personally think that Anthian City sunk into the bottom of the ocean, and now it is called Anthian City. Yes guys, I really do believe that Anthian City sunk into the ocean, and now the new Anthian City is called Anthian City. Well, there's a lot of people who agree with this theory, and there are other people who don't agree with this theory. But before we get into the theories, let's just analyze the name Anthian City. So it's pretty clear that Anthian City comes from the combination of Atlantis and Anthian, hence Atlantean. And basically, for those who don't know, Atlantis is pretty much a sunken city. I guess the best way to explain Atlantis would be by this SpongeBob episode. And I guess in this episode, SpongeBob, along with Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Sandy, and Squidward, traveled to the lost city of Atlantis. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what Atlantis means, and now that we know that, let's get into the theory. So I went on the Loomian Legacy wiki, and I posted the following post, which said, "Hey guys, just gathering what your theories are on Anthian City." So, as we all know, we're going to Anthian City later on in the game. One NPC says, "Can't you believe what happened to Anthian City?" So I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this. Let me know any possible theories that you may have down below. And with this, I add the following two screenshots. One that said, "Well, we're not too far away from Anthian City," and the other one that said, "Can you believe what happened to Anthian City?" So guys, there are two things we know for sure. One, something happened to Anthian City, and two, Anthian City exists. So now that he said this, I am going to get into the theories. The user Cats on the wiki said, "Well, as others said, Cypress had a plan of bombing Anthian City. And if you remember again, Cypress said they were going to create a world for their expectations using Hoopa. In the end, they and Jake entered the portal. In the words of Bark trailer, Jake obviously traveled to Loomian Legacy universe using the portal, so it's impossible to say Loomian Legacy is sequel to Pokemon Break Bronze. And since Loomian Legacy's universe is the universe for Cypress' expectations, everything he wanted should happen now, right? So, Anthian City is bombed now. In Route 8, people live in huts. Maybe these people are from Anthian City and had to travel and live in this hut since they were homeless now. So this theory from Cats makes a lot of sense. It could actually be true that Cypress said, "Hey, why don't we just bomb Anthian City?" And boom, that's exactly what could have happened. So I believe this is a very interesting theory and a very good theory. The user Paleon said, "Most people think that Loomian Legacy is an alternate universe where Cypress blows up Anthian City, which results into it becoming an Atlantis, hence the name Anthian City." So this is basically backing up the theory that Cypress was able to successfully blow up Anthian City. And guys, these theories seem to be making sense. I believe that Cypress did in fact blow up Anthian City in this parallel universe. Another theory by Jovial says, "My theory is that it is the same city like we saw in Pokemon Break Bronze, but instead of the sky, it is on the ground or close to the water area. I would assume they blow the core of Anthian City, like a user mentioned. We also heard from Lucas and Lucy that their auntie lives there. I have a feeling we will meet their auntie there just like we met Tess's uncle in Pokemon Break Bronze. They renamed it to Anthian City due to it being close to the water or in the water like an island maybe." I really like the comparison that Jovial makes of Tess's uncle living in Anthian City. Guys, I really believe this piece of information really backs up the possible theory that Loomian Legacy is in fact a parallel universe to Pokemon Break Bronze, and stuff is really happening at the same time, just in a different timeline. Then again, the user Paleon says, "Cypress didn't have anything to do with this. He didn't go into the same universe that Jake did. Keep that in mind." I feel like Paleon brings a really strong point here. However, maybe this universe was already this way before Cypress left the Break Bronze universe, so it doesn't really matter if he was here or not. I don't really know, that's just a theory. The user Gamer Was Taken says, also depending on how long Anthian city exploded, we could be seeing one of two cities. One, a cyber-like city, similar to Sephiroth, in which people use technology to make it possible to live on the sunken city if it exploded recently. Or two, a city of ruins that nobody lives in. The ruins of the city would lie at the bottom of the ocean if it exploded years ago. I do really believe both of these theories are really nice, however, I don't feel like it will be a city of ruins that nobody lives in, because maybe, most likely, we're going to be seeing the 4th Battle Theater in Anthian City. Or don't quote me on that, because I'm really just theorizing at this point, and that's just my belief as to why the option 2, well, the theory 2 of Gamer is most likely not correct. Let's move on to another theory by Jovial, which said, it could be like the island that was floating in the sky, like in Pokemon Brick Bronze, and then maybe it was brought down to the water area. The Route 8 gives that vibe. And now, it is an island on the sea or very close to the water, thus the name Anthian City. So what Jovial is pretty much saying is that the floating one city of Anthian City in Brick Bronze has officially fallen from the sky and landed in the water, and now it's a submarine water. And guys, just thinking about this really gave me a new theory. Okay, so hear me out. Maybe the floating city of Anthian, as it was falling from the sky to the water, had an emergency backup plan, which pretty much just raised the shields from the city and made it into some sort of bubble so the residents of Anthian City could live, which is why it is now called Anthian City, and which is why now people live in it at the bottom of the ocean. And now Tasty brings up a really good theory that I really like. Tasty says, you're back again, huh? Looks like we'll be viewing your videos now. As many others have suggested, the Loomian Legacy universe could take place in an alternate form of PBB's universe, except in the Loomian Legacy universe, Team Eclipse's plan did actually work. This would explain how the region is similar in direction and design. From Midas to Sylvan, it is geographical is very similar except from the salt crystals and such. It would also explain how certain cities or areas have seemingly developed, such as Sylvan, which is noticeably larger than its counterpart in Pokemon Brick Bronze, as well as Brimber, which looks different but still bears similarities design-wise to Hyrule. It would also explain why Sephiroth and now revealed Anthian City came to life. Sephiroth is very close to Hyrule. This little pass could have previously been the pass from Brimber to Laguna Lake, as Sephiroth didn't quite exist yet, so there was enough empty space for the route to take place. Brimber could have been wiped out by Groudon, causing them to have to completely rebuild Hyrule. Rose Cove could have been wiped out by Kyogre, causing the entire city to be wiped out. They used the route between Brimber and Laguna Lake to build Sephiroth. Anthian could have been destroyed by a bomb. This could have caused one of two effects. One, Anthian had to go underwater to preserve the city and its citizens. Or it just crashed into the water but it was preserved. Or two, Anthian City was completely destroyed, causing people to have to rebuild the city but this time underwater. Either way, it seems highly plausible that the Loomian Legacy universe comes from the Pokemon Brick Bronze universe, except every one of Team Eclipse's plan worked. What about the Soul Crystals? Maybe they were from Hoopa or something. The story isn't half over yet. There's a lot that could explain the story in the future. You know what, Tasty? I really feel like you bring an amazing theory to the video, so thank you for this. Guys, I do really believe Tasty's theory, in my opinion, makes a lot of sense. Maybe Groudon was able to completely destroy Brimber City, making the people having to rebuild it into Hyrule City. I mean, you tell me, the gym in Pokemon Brick Bronze from Brimber was Fire-type, and the Battle Theater from Loomian Legacy was also Fire-type, so I mean, there's a similarity there. But yeah, I really like this theory a lot, so like I said, thank you so much for bringing it to the video. Let's move on. And now we have a final theory I want to bring to the table by Phoenix. So Phoenix says, the change of name from Anthian to Atlantean could have possibly mean that it got revamped. Maybe it got moved to the ground or got moved somewhere else. Based off of the name, it could be at the ocean, and also before we got to Anthian City, we were supposed to meet at the beach rather than climbing up those good old mines and getting high up there for the airship. I think that once we get to the beach, we might ride to Anthian City via a boat or a ship. Anthian City could have had an emergency causing people to evacuate and create Anthian City. You know, I really like the part where we might go from the beach in a boat or ship or maybe a submarine to Anthian City. You know, that will actually be very interesting. Just imagine ourselves riding on a submarine or a boat or a ship from the beach to Anthian City. I think that would be very epic, if I do say so myself. Just thinking about this really hypes me up and really gets me excited for the future of this game. To conclude this video, my final theory is this. Cypress' plans of bombing Anthian City worked, but not in the Pokemon Brick Bronze universe, it worked in the Loomian Legacy universe. Maybe it's not Cypress who bombed it in the Loomian Legacy universe, but something big happened to Anthian City that we still don't know of, since Anthian City was confirmed to have existed before in the Loomian Legacy universe. But that's all the theories that I wanted to talk about in today's video, and I'm gonna leave this on the screen for a couple of seconds for y'all to pause it if you guys want to read it, but this is basically a summary of the entire video made by Tasty Mooncake. But yeah guys, I do really believe that's going to be everything for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Armenti, and we lit.